Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Please welcome the Assistant Director of Cebu Eastern College, Mr. Johnny Lee C.
Dear students and parents, hello and welcome to the start of a new and very different school year and precautions related to the worldwide COVID-19 pandemic. However, all of our preparation for the school year 2022-23 has focused on health and safety as our top priority, as well as delivery of an academically vigorous educational program, whether you are students attending school in person or virtually through Microsoft Teams virtually. As I'm sure you all know, the city was devastated over the last year weather disturbance, which until now we can feel the cold weather and strong torrential rain. Our calendar for the first week of school has been built to include professional development, training, and orientation of all employees. Students and parents will need to understand we all share responsibility to work arrangement, 3 classroom layout and structures, 4 traffic management and plan, 5 protective measures, hygiene practices, and safety procedures, 6 communication strategies, 7 contingency planning. As much as the prevention of spread of this common disease, please listen carefully to the orientation today prepared by our disciplinarian Darlene Tan and guidance counselor for a better understanding. Welcome all of us to the new school year 2022-23 and good afternoon.
Let's get to know first the department that nurtures, guides, and prepares students to become whom they want to be. The department that builds all other professions. Here's the Education Department.
Philosophy to provide a stimulating learning environment for our students, of whom will acquire not only a solid engineering knowledge but also lifelong active learning techniques, specifically to incorporate multimedia computer technology to enhance the student learning process, to adopt, modify, and develop new teaching techniques such as problem-based learning, collaborative learning, and cooperative learning that are effective with our diverse student population, and to promote the culture of teaching excellence by involving in teaching workshops and teaching portfolio development.
The teacher education has a deep-seated commitment towards guiding its teacher candidates through exemplifying best practices in the educational field. The ultimate goal is to form effective and reflective men and women who master pedagogical knowledge and skills within a constructivism paradigm and demonstrate creativity and leadership as they guide their future students towards becoming well-prepared citizens of a globally oriented, pluralistic, and diverse society.
The goal. Our goal of the program is to educate who can promote the cognitive, behavioral, and social growth and development of children and families from diverse linguistic cultural background.
Claudia, Maria Gina Tan, Alfred Saul Theo, Christian Claire Ehen, Russell Honey Basket, Mary Christy Cabrayos, Stella Maurice Hamill, Win Rosa Barkeith, Jefferson Estomado, Rosalme Serencio, Gregory Panalaga, Diazil Barles, Jen Padea, Mariel Quintero, Adrian Tabo, Mary Grace Santoya, Angeli Logranyo, Karen Compassion, Joshua Trubia, Jonah Pauline Sima Franca, Gerald D. La Peña, Marshall Villanueva, Ria Jane Fernandez,
Cebu Eastern College celebrates Mathematics Month. Even during the pandemic, we held celebrations to promote and highlight the significance of different elements of the learning process. One of the most significant events is Math Month. Due to this, the Mathematics Department has planned a number of month-long activities to help students learn mathematics more effectively while also raising awareness of a month celebration, which has the subject Recommends in Mathematics Towards Global Competency. These activities, which were all conducted online in different contexts, include the Modular Art Contest, Math Quiz Bowl, Math TikTok, and Weekly Trivia. It highlights students' aptitude for critical and logical thought. Our learners will be totally immersed in circumstances where they must use what they have learned through these activities.
Science Month activities. Poster making contest. Poster making winners. Scientist TikTok look-alike contest.
English Filipino Month. Slogan Writing Competition. Spoken Poetry.
Naramdaman. Ang paglabas ng aking nadama na di kayang ipakita sa iba. Sa apat na sulok ng kwartong ito, kaya ko magpakatotoo.
Estudyante lamang, 19 na taon na ang gulang. Unang pagkakataon na boboto sa eleksyon ng Pinas na tila ang
Spelling Bee Contest.
An English word. Okay. Description. It is someone belonging to or related to a royal. This is adjective. The word is patrician. Again, patrician.
Patrician.
Go.
Patrician. Patrician.
Okay, that's correct.
Declamation.
No, no, no! They must not catch me! I have enough money now.
As of this moment, I am here to talk to you about some of our activities for physical education subject. I am proudly introducing one of the most awaited events that will be held in Cebu Eastern College, and those will be the Mr. and Miss Physical Education, CEC's Next Top Model PE, as well as the Physical Education's Culminating Activity or PE, Culminating. Moreover, we would like to introduce to you our very own CEC Kahayag Performing Arts. We would like also to invite all college students to boost your dancing skills. If you want to join, just approach Sir Gerald de la Pena or Miss Stella Jamal.
CTE Days 2022. Discovering the full potentials of the 21st century educators through the various meaningful activities. The activities are
to our school director, Mr. Frederick Ong III, Board of Trustees, Assistant Director for Students Affairs, Deputy Director, Mr. Jefferson Go, Assistant Director, Mr. Johnny Lee C, Academic Head, Dr. Arlene Ocora, School Operations Head and Cebu City Scholarship Program Coordinator, Mr. John Maraat, Department Deans, fellow teachers, parents, freshmen and old students, good day. Even if the pandemic has not completely disappeared, we have managed to endure and are hoping to survive even longer. Our lives have been impacted in numerous ways by this health crisis. Additionally to the health crisis, it led to a crisis in education as well. Fortunately, we still have options for dealing with this trial. Always keep in mind that education must continue despite all inescapable circumstances. We, the College of Teacher Education Department at Cebu Eastern College, along with the administration, staff, and flexible teachers, implemented flexible modalities in education in this academic year 2022 to 2023 to ensure that no learner is left behind. We must all continue to develop and learn, strive for greatness, and motivate others to pursue flexible educational approaches. Do not be afraid to reach out with your teachers about your concerns, especially if you are a freshman. We are here to help you and fulfill the department's motto, which is to provide quality education. Now let me move on to the schedule of the major exams. For prelim exam, October 6, 7, and 8. Midterm exam, November 17, 18, and 19. Semi-final exam, December 15, 16, and 17. For finals exam, January 12, 13, and 14. Your teachers will simply create a Microsoft Teams group for your class schedule. Simply wait for the notifications that you have already been added. You will also receive a Google Classroom code which you can use to submit all of your outputs. However, you must remember that if you are not in the same class as the recipient of the code, you are not permitted to share it. Your questions and concerns can be addressed by contacting your teachers using Messenger. We'll do our absolute best to address every query. College of Teacher Education students, welcome to our department.
Welcome to Cebu Eastern College. Welcome to College of Teacher Education.
Important announcements. From the duration of September to October, all first year and second year education students will still have the online classes, while the third year and fourth year students can come to the school for the face-to-face classes depends on the subject teacher's advices. By November, all year levels will be expected to report and come to the school as we will begin to adapt with a full blast face-to-face mode of learning. But for those students who are working and opted for online classes, they can still continue with BlendFlex learning. This next department is known to be food experts with exemplary customer service that you can always count on. They also promote tourism in our country and help our economy. Here's the HTM department.
Welcome to Hospitality and Tourism Management Department. The mission is to provide future global leaders through outstanding community-focused hospitality and tourism leadership skills grounded in significant, contemporary industry experience. The HTM vision is designed to be a premium provider of hospitality and tourism education by emphasizing a contemporary curriculum, experiential learning, and various sectors engagement in a nurturing, student-focused environment. The HTM goal aims to produce and apply business principles to the unique characteristics and demands of the hospitality and tourism industry, demonstrate a high degree of professionalism in work habits and communication skills. HTMD Ms. Annalie Joy Magliari. HTM Instructors Ms. Jennifer Orbis. Ms. April May Avelia. Ms. Baby Vertusio. Ms. Leah Daddle. Mr. Joshua Gakilio Jr. Mr. Edmund Ray Aparilia. Mr. Sivert Ariel Dungug. Our laboratory custodian, Mr. J. M. Lasaka. HTM Department. Working student, Ms. Mariel Alvarez.
because of the undeniably strong partnership between the provincial and local.
The next department is a group of innovators, computer experts, programmers, and future computer engineers. Here's the IT department.
BSIT program of Cebu Eastern College in an outcomes-based education system.
CEC Vision. The Cebu Eastern College is a non-stock and non-profit private institution with quality graduates committed to serve the local, national, and global communities along business, scientific, and technological pursuits. Mission. The Cebu Eastern College is a Filipino-Chinese school designed to deliver integrated and quality education interfaced with Confucian teachings and pragmatic concepts and processes to train and prepare the youth to be active and useful participants and leaders in the world of work. Goals. The Cebu Eastern College aims to produce graduates who are physically, mentally, and morally prepared to assume their roles and responsibilities in the different vocational and professional fields where they aspire to achieve. IT Vision. The Information Technology Department shall be the center of development in IT education, producing proficient graduates committed to serve the nation and the world. Mission. IT Department is committed to honing the capability of the youth to become useful participants and leaders in the field of work, entrepreneurial, and technical expertise. Goals. To produce physically, mentally, and morally prepared IT professionals trained through an environment conducive to learning with well-trained faculty, appropriate facilities, and affordable tuition fee. Program outcomes. Analyze complex problems, and identify and define the computing requirements. Apply computing and other knowledge domains to address real-world problems. Design and develop computing solutions using a system-level perspective. Utilize modern computing tools. Work effectively and independently in multidisciplinary and multicultural team. Effectively communicate orally and in writing using Chinese, English, and Filipino. Articulate and discuss the latest developments in the specific field of practice. Act in recognition of professional, social, and ethical responsibility.
Apply computing and other knowledge domains to address real-world problems. Design and develop computing solutions using a system-level perspective. Utilize modern computing tools. Work effectively and independently in multidisciplinary and multicultural team. Effectively communicate orally and in writing using Chinese, English, and Filipino. Articulate and discuss the latest developments in the specific field of practice. Act in recognition of professional, social, and ethical responsibility.
network for a company, safeguarding data and information, creating and administering databases, helping employees troubleshoot problems with their computers and mobile devices.
There are a lot of job offers just for you after taking Bachelor of Science Information Technology, such as web developer, data analyst, software engineer, mobile app developer.
Be an student, be an IT student.
The last department is known to be the home of good communicators, speakers, hosts, directors, producers, and motivators. Here's the DevCom department.
Hi, this is Dr. Ruth Mercado, Dean of the Department of Development Communication of Cebu Eastern College. In the next 7 minutes or so, we will talk about 3 things. First is a profile of the Bachelor of Science in Development Communication. Second, the BlendFlex modality of development communication. And third, the grading system in the Development Communication program. What is development communication? What does it mean to be in the Development Communication program? Development communication is the science of human communication linked to the transitioning of man and communities from poverty in all its forms to overall growth and development. The Bachelor of Science in Development Communication is 3 things. It is a science, it is about human communication, and it involves a commitment for development. What does it mean to be in the Development Communication program? As a science, development communication believes in the philosophy that development is instituted, promoted, and preserved through the science of human communication. In terms of imbibing the skill and competency for human communication, it is the mission of the Development Communication program to train students in environments that promote creativity, critical and analytical thinking. Development communication students are trained in the competencies of journalism, broadcasting, multimedia designing and production, photography, and becoming a development communication practitioner. It is the vision of the Development Communication program of Cebu Eastern College to breed development communication scientists for the country and the ASEAN. Development communication is about relationships. When we say human communication, we talk about how we relate to each other and the relationships we make when we communicate. When we talk about development, we talk about transitioning from poverty in all its forms. It is a constant transitioning of the things we want society and humanity to be based on what people see, understand, and make of their life world. Development begins from the strengths and potentials of people. Development communication is about being a spokesperson of humanity. It is about being involved in societal transitions. It is about building relationships in the pursuit of development. What skills do development communication students learn? Journalism, skill in writing and composition. Broadcasting, skill in public speaking and interpersonal communication. Multimedia designing and production, skill in filmmaking and production. Photography, skill in image messaging. And development communication practitioner, skill in the crafting, production, and sharing of development communication plans and programs. Learning and teaching modality in the Development Communication program uses BlendFlex. Before we talk about Blend in the Flex, let's recall what flexible learning is. When we say flexible learning, we are talking about an environment for students to complete a course without being impeded by place or distance, where learning occurs, by mode, how learning occurs, and by pacing, when learning occurs. Flexible learning means going synchronous with strong teacher presence online and asynchronous, giving of assignments. Now let's go to where the blending is. BlendFlex is learning that integrates complementary face-to-face, online learning, and modules running simultaneously. BlendFlex allow for flexible and workable strategies that apply to lecture and laboratory-based lessons. In development communication, face-to-face classes are held for the introduction of new topics, reporting, and exams. Online for the assigning of reference materials, also online for the submission of reflection papers and other written assignments. So what is or how is the grading system done in the development communication program? The grading system in the development communication program is based on assignments, performance, projects, quizzes, and written exams. Assignments compose 30% of the grade, performance 20% of the grade, projects 25%, and quizzes and written exams 25%. Assignment grades are taken from the submission of reflection papers. Performance grades are taken from the production of PowerPoint materials and reporting. Projects grades are taken from the production of films. Welcome to the Development Communication Program. Thank you.
I represent in the college library. First of all, I would like to greet the parents, friends, relatives, and to all of you, our dear students. Have a good day ahead. In behalf of the library, I would like to talk to you very briefly. We all know that due to the present situation, we are experiencing some sort of quarantine. That's why you are all there in your home and we are here in the school just to provide better support to your education. In fact, the delivery of instruction has been changed into modular and online. So in this connection, for your library research concern, you don't need to come here personally. The school has to find ways so that you will not be deprived in looking for information to support your research relevant to the modular and online instruction. Actually, there are websites which you can look into as a source of information, and these websites can be seen in the Facebook account in Cebu Eastern. In Cebu Eastern is a pseudonym for the CEC College Library. It has millions of electronic resources outsourced from highly reputable open access platforms. The library is ready to provide support to the online classes by providing wide array of information available online. So what is in there? Each website has a brief description so that you will be guided accordingly. You need to explore mountains of information. And in addition, I would like to remind you that don't use the Wikipedia since it is not a legitimate source of information and not accepted in research. Lastly, before I depart, don't forget the FB account in Cebu Eastern, the official Facebook account of the college library. Thank you and
good day to all of us. I'm Mr. John Maraat, your scholarship coordinator of Cebu Eastern College. Cebu Eastern College is continue to support the call or the advocacy of the Cebu City government to address the needs of the poor but deserving students of Cebu City who want to pursue their college education. Cebu Eastern College is still committed to provide quality education even in the new normal. To this presentation will be a quick overview of the important implementing rules and regulations of the scholarship program. Cebu City College Scholarship Program, City Ordinance Number 233, the Cebu City Government, the Department of Education, Cebu City Division, and accredited technological, vocational institutions, colleges, and universities in the city of Cebu are united on their intention to address the problem on low percentage high school graduates who pursue college or vocational courses due to poverty, thus decided to come up with the intervention, the Cebu City College Scholarship Program. So the three category of their scholarship programs, one is 2-year grant or 4 semesters, 4-year grant or 8 semesters, 5-year grant or 10 semesters. Scholars are allowed one chance to shift to any course if the scholar has finished the first semester or 2 semesters of his or her first year in college. Transferring to other schools is prohibited. Returnees and those who did not enroll for 1 or 2 semesters. So just for example, you stop, then you come back, you study. First, you have to secure a resumption letter from the office of the Cebu City College Scholarship Office. So the requirements is you need to write a letter. This general weighted average, the endorsement, the examination result, the voucher, you can ask these requirements through the office of the CEC College Registrar. Application requirements to upgrade into baccalaureate program or 2-year course. Scholars under the ladderized program or 2-year course, the scholar must complete in the 2-year course or 4 semesters. So during your 4 semesters, if you finish your 2-year course, you can now upgrade into baccalaureate program. So you can apply this through the office of the CEC College Registrar's Office. So same letter request, then general weighted average, the endorsement, the examination result, the voucher. Good news for those who are in college, you are first year, second year, or third year, you did not take the Cebu City's College Scholarship during your senior high school, you are still qualified to apply for the scholarship. So here is the requirements: the original copy of the Cebu City Comelec voters, the original copy of the certification as to residency, copy of proof of residency, copy of PSA, copy of your elementary diploma from public elementary school in Cebu City, copy of junior high school diploma from public junior high school in Cebu City, copy of senior high school diploma from public senior high school in Cebu City, or from private school in Cebu City must have studied on scholarship grant, CHED scholarship program. CHED is different from Cebu City Scholar in terms of the tuition or the subsidy. So for the CHED scholarship program, your subsidy is not automatic deduction of your account. So we deduct once we receive your subsidy or your tuition fee from the CHED. So that's the time that we will deduct your account. Now, during the examination, you still have to require a study or examination code If you were not able to acquire your examination code due to non-payment of your remaining account, please visit CEC Accounting to accomplish the promissory note. Another thing is I advise, especially those third year or fourth year child scholars, that you need to pay in advance with your tuition fee to avoid accumulated of your accounts. Kay take note that non-payment of your accounts, the administration reserve the right to withhold from a student the issuance of your TOR or certificate of enrollment or transfer of credentials and other records. Students, I'll take this opportunity also to discuss about our Cebu Eastern College Senior High School program. So the school offers free education for public school completers and affordable tuition fee for private school completers, in which quality education with competent educators is possible. So public school, junior high school completers here in CEC study for free. No tuition fee, no miscellaneous fee, no entrance fee, no examination fee, learn Chinese language, learn textbook skills. So in private school completers, we offer affordable tuition fee also. You imagine only 12,250 for first semester. So they will pay that in installment or in staggered form. We also offer for the private school completers only 10,000. So mura siya sa college na to spot cash privilege. So upon enrollment, your tuition is their tuition is 12,250. Then upon enrollment, you will pay 10,000 pesos. So you have the discount of 2,250. That is for one time payment. Easternians, I'm asking your help. Please help our senior high school program to invite more students, your brothers and sisters, your friends, your classmates, your neighbors. Tell them to enroll with us. We offer free education and affordable tuition fees. My office is open to all of you and ready to welcome any inquiries, suggestions which lead us to a greater achievements.
Taikeho Taki. Good morning, everybody. I am Billing as your college registrar. So I will be telling you about the requirements for new students, as city scholars, and transferees. So the requirements for new students are the following: Form 137 or report card, birth certificate issued by the PSA or Philippine Statistics Authority, 2 pieces of 2x2 picture, blue background for the males and red background for the females, then certificate of good moral, NCAI, National Career Assistant Examination. All of this must be in original copy. Requirements for ALS or Alternative Learning System students are the following: ALS certificate, ALS rating, birth certificate issued by the PSA, 2x2 pictures, 2 pieces, blue background for the male students and red background for the female students, certificate of good moral, then NCAI. All of this must be in original copy. Requirements for the city scholars: Form 138 or report card, birth certificate issued by the PSA, 2 pieces of 2x2 picture, blue background for the male and red background for the female, certificate of good moral, NCAI, then fit result or career pathing test, then voucher. All of this must also be in original copy. Requirement for transferring: are the following: TOR or transcript of record, birth certificate issued by the PSA, 2 pieces of 2x2 picture, blue background for the male student, and red background for the female. Honorable dismissal. All of this must be in original copy. All second-year students are required to file a grade evaluation at the end of the second semester to check the following: to know if you have any lacking subjects, to know if you have submitted all the requirements that are required during enrollment, and to know if there are any discrepancies in your record, such as your name differ from your birth certificate, and etc. If there are problems from the record, your attention will be called and you have enough time to patch it up. Graduating students are required to file his or her application for graduation 2 months before graduation. Students availing for honor must file their application 1 month before graduation. Who can file for honors? Students who aspire must be having an average of 1 to 1.8 with no INC, drop, withdraw, or 5 in their grades. He or she must not stop from schooling even for 1 semester. In case of transferee, you must have taken 76% of your subjects here in Cebu Eastern College, and with no failing grades, INC, drop, or withdraw from your previous school. Requesting for a TOR, you need to accomplish the required clearance with signatories from the teachers, dean, and all signatories from the offices concerned. TOR will be claimed within 10 working days after filing with payment of all your accounts. Students with unpaid accounts cannot claim any documents from my office, like for example, grade evaluation, certificate of good moral, or TOR, until you settle all your accounts. That's all. Thank you.
To the CEC Cebu Eastern College Institution, headed by our very own school director, Mr. Frederick Ong III, to our Assistant Director for Administrative Affairs, Mr. Johnny Lisi, to our Operations Head, Mr. John Maraat, and to our Academic Head, Dr. Arlene C. Okara, to our dear students, parents, faculty members, coordinators, staff, and to all of you, good morning. In the maximum amount of tenacity and perseverance, and as your companion in preparation for the CEC, Cebu Eastern College Limited face-to-face class this school year 2022-2023, our school policy, classroom requirements, and other subject matter related to the general orientation, I have a desire with humility to lengthen our sincerest gratitude to the entire CEC personnel for proactively finding ways on how we relevantly address the health and safety of our students in line with the health protocols from the government, since the pandemic is still ongoing, and the mutual benefits among stakeholders to the guidelines mandated by the school and the holistic areas which will augment the students' way of learning processes. We have seen firsthand the corrosive effect of this adversity, and the institution shall implement safety measures to secure not just providing a conducive to learning environment to our students, not only the implementation of the school policies, but at the same time, we promulgated the health, security, and mutual benefits of all the stakeholders in CEC holistically. Moving forward, we, the CEC Cebu Eastern College, will always accompany the students' welfare, and we are inclined to aid and assist them in every step of the way until the farewell goodbye to this institution and further successes. Together, hand in hand, we will surpass this adversity. As Confucius said, our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. To each and every one who have contributed and participated for the success of this general orientation, our department heads, to our faculty members, parents, and students, thank you and God bless us all.